Psychology hack. Why talking to yourself makes you smarter. Have you ever noticed how your brain can feel like it's running the show, even when you're the one who's supposed to be in charge? One moment you're fine, and the next you're spiraling, overthinking, procrastinating, or feeling overwhelmed for reasons you can't even explain. In today's episode of Amazing Just Facts, we're breaking down a handful of simple, science-backed psychology hacks that help you interrupt those patterns and get your mind working with you instead of against you. And yes, our stick figure friends will be demonstrating every step along the way. Let's start with one of the easiest tools you can use, the 10-second pattern break. When your thoughts start looping, the classic what-if spiral, your brain is basically stuck in a groove. The fastest way to interrupt it is to do something tiny but unexpected. Stand up, touch something cold, clap once. Say your name out loud. Anything that forces your brain to switch gears for just a moment. This works because your mind can't stay locked in a runaway loop when you introduce a sudden shift. It's like tapping the brakes on a mental runaway train. Next up is the 3-item checklist trick, which is perfect for those days when everything feels overwhelming. Most people write long to-do lists thinking it will make them productive, but your brain actually sees long lists as a threat. They feel impossible before you even start. Instead, write down just 3 things. Only 3. 3 items feel doable. They give your brain a quick win. And once you finish those, you can add 3 more. This keeps your motivation high and your stress low because you're working with your brain's natural preference for small, achievable steps. Now let's talk about something that sounds silly but works shockingly well: the whisper technique. When you're anxious or stuck in a thought that feels too big, whisper it out loud. Literally whisper it. Whispering forces your brain to slow the thought down. It becomes less dramatic, less threatening, and way easier to manage. Your brain hears it differently when it's spoken softly, like it's no longer an emergency. This tiny shift can help you regain control in moments when your emotions feel louder than your logic. Another powerful tool is the 5-minute momentum rule. If you're procrastinating, don't tell yourself you have to finish the whole task. Tell yourself you only have to do it for 5 minutes. Just 5. Once you start, your brain switches from avoidance mode to action mode. And most of the time, you'll keep going because starting is the hardest part. This trick works especially well for chores, emails, workouts, or anything that feels bigger in your mind than it actually is. Finally, let's look at the name the feeling reset. When emotions feel overwhelming, naming them helps calm your brain. Say, I'm feeling anxious, or I'm feeling frustrated, or I'm feeling overwhelmed. Research shows that labeling emotions reduces their intensity. It gives your brain a sense of clarity and control, and once the feeling is named, you can choose what to do next instead of reacting automatically. It's a simple way to shift from emotional chaos to emotional awareness. So there you go. 5 psychology hacks you can start using today. Pattern breaks, tiny checklists, whispering your thoughts, the 5-minute rule, and naming your feelings. They're simple, practical, and surprisingly effective. And the best part? You don't need fancy tools or complicated routines. Just a willingness to try something small and stick figure approved.